Kia ora, ko Sharon Holt tōku ingoa. My name's Sharon Holt and I'm the author of Te Reo Singalong books, including this one about Waitangi. So a lot of people asked me, particularly teachers, could you please do one about Waitangi, especially after I did the Matariki book. And it was really hard because I couldn't think of how I could make something about Waitangi into a Te Reo Singalong book. So for a few years I resisted that. But then I fortunately got the idea of how I could do that by thinking about what's the spirit of Waitangi. So that's why I put here Te Wairua o Waitangi, the spirit of Waitangi. And it seemed to me that the spirit of Waitangi, so the underlying kind of reason for the treaty, for Te Tiriti o Waitangi, was all about the Māori culture and all about our beautiful New Zealand environment. So protecting both of those. So that's when I came up with the idea of making it about protecting the Māori culture and the customs and the way that Māori do things and the language and also the land and the birds and the trees and the rivers, etc. So that was the theme behind it. And then the sentence structure, which is usually that thing that kind of coincides with the theme when I'm working on a book, I decided would be a really good one would be who will, mā wai. So mā wai means who will. And then the answer to who will do something is this answer is you will, mau, mā ku is I will, mā rātou, those people will, mā tātou, we all will. So what I've done in this, you'll see as with all of our books, you'll see the English translation, and many people tell me that even with early childhood children, this seems to make sense to them. And I think it's because, particularly if you're asking, for example, with children, you know, who will cherish our trees, who will look after our beautiful environment, children don't have any filters about, oh, I'm too busy for that, or I've got to get home by 5, how can I do those things? Children just like, oh, well, of course, I love trees, I love birds, I love rivers, I love the Māori culture. And so they're putting their hands up. And children love this physical side of this book. So I really encourage you, when you have the Waitangi book there, don't think, oh, this is too hard for little children. It's not. They love it. And get them to put up their hands in this part, which is why we did the photographs here, to show you that that's what we're trying to get children to do, is to put their hands up. And when they're young like this, they don't have a filter about not putting their hand up. They're like, oh, I'll do that. And so it's a really good way to add, firstly, a bit of actions, which we always try and do in our books, and some kind of understanding of what this is about. Yes, I'll stand up for the Māori culture, and I'll stand up for the reo, the language, and I'll stand up for our beautiful New Zealand environment. So that's how I use it with children. I talk to them about all the parts of the book and talk about what the spirit of Waitangi might be, and looking through, asking them, oh, what do you think these pictures are all about? And then talking about the sentence structure, who will do something, and that the answers can be you will, I will, they will, we all will. And yeah, then just go through it. And I think you'll find that children really enjoy it and find it something that they like to participate in. So make this a participatory book. Ka kite.